Hello, my name is Shaun. Welcome to the channel, and today I want to talk about my Switch OLED that I put together with eBay parts and AliExpress purchases. Now, this is probably the cheapest Switch OLED you can put together like this, but I don't know. You have to tell me in the comments if you putting something together a little bit cheaper. First, I want to start with this tablet. I bought this tablet on eBay for $154, I believe it was, so it probably cost me around 160 all said and done. It came in perfect shape. I had about 4 days later, and it came with a protective screen on it already, so I didn't even have to buy one of those. Now, these Nexi Hyperion 2s I got on AliExpress for $39.99, $40. Now that's significant because these cost $89.99 on Amazon. Now I also tried getting them from the website, and you think they would be slightly cheaper than what Amazon? No, these cost $99 on their website, and I just couldn't see myself buying non-Nintendo Joy-Cons for that much money. So I checked tried and true, usually the cheapest place to get things, AliExpress. And yeah, I found them for $39.99. Instantly purchased them, no regrets whatsoever. These things, though not as, you know, feature rich, rumble wise, as the official Joy-Cons, do everything that I actually want in a Joy-Con, especially with the size of them, and I can actually get a grip without hurting my hands. And yeah, these things have other features like they have programmable buttons, turbo buttons that I haven't used because I have no need for that. But if I play a game that features, you know, the turbo functionality that I want to use, then yeah, it's right here for me. Also, it has, replaceable front plates. Now, they don't have any different color front plates on their website, and they're probably not going to have any since the Switch 2 is out. They're probably going to move on to that. We'll have to wait and see. Now, why I put this together instead of just buying a Switch 2 price. This was $250 plus the dock. As you know, that's half the price of a Switch 2, which is around $500. And for me, in the financial situation I am in currently, I couldn't see myself doing that. Could not afford to pay that price. Now, I originally planned to buy a Legion Go, Lenovo Legion Go 2 when it came out. That ended up being $1,300, and I don't have that. And I probably never pay that. And I wanted to get a Legion Go S instead of that, but that's also like $800. And right now, we can't afford to be spending $800 on things I might only use once in a while because I rarely leave the house and I have a PC and I have a PlayStation right here. So this more fit the bill of completing my setup, though I don't have an Xbox, which is a story within itself. So I really bought this because, and I know I've said it so a lot. I bought this because I wanted a Switch. I wanted to play Pokemon on my own device. I wanted to play Hyrule Warriors, Breath of the Wild, but I haven't really gotten around to playing those games because they still cost $70+ damn near 10 years after coming out, and I'm not paying that anywhere. I'm just not doing it. I'm extremely cheap, as you can see from my $200 old Switch OLED that I built or put together with eBay AliExpress parts. I'm a cheapskate, baby. I can't see myself paying all that money for older games. I could look on like GameStop or other used markets to see if I can get them. I'm just not in the position to be doing that or even looking for that because I rarely play this anyways. It spends 80% of its time docked, and yeah, but there it was. My Switch OLED cost me $200, 250 after buying the dock for it. I bought some accessories. Those are after the fact. I don't really count that as part of the build price. I've already had the SD cards. Already had some games. I bought a couple games they had on sale for like $3 or $4. There was some games I played on PlayStation and games I thought about being on PlayStation but thought, yeah, they're not really worth my time. With the Switch OLED and actually going out and not caring about how the game looked graphically, I thought it was perfect. The only issue is the Switch OLED is an older device. It came out in 2021, I believe it was, but it's still based on the same technology as the OG Switch. So it actually takes a while to load in. I've actually had load screens that were about 5 minutes. And that is a long time when you're coming from PlayStation 5 and a high-end PC. So it is what it is. Ain't much you can do about that other than upgrading to a Switch 2 or getting a handheld PC. Now, what games I play, I probably feature that on my gaming channel. For this channel, I just want to talk more about the build quality of some of the things that I paid for secondhand, like these Joy-Cons, the Nexi 2s. Um, the Rumble pack is not as great as you would think, which I've already said. Uh, they don't feel as durable as you would think for the size. I actually feel like you could break them, which is not a problem. I'm just not gonna manhandle these whatsoever. The thing I really like about these Joy Cons and this cat at my door while I'm trying to record something is the look. You see this from the back, you would probably think this was a Steam Deck. You know, the Nintendo logo is right there. But when you face it out like this, you can see how thin it is. And yeah, you'll know that's us OG Switch OLED. And yeah, this thing's actually pretty good. I'm satisfied with it. I'm satisfied with the looks. I like the way it looks. I like using it. You know, I'll be sitting here playing my games. I don't get any cramping in my hand like I did with the smaller Joy-Cons on the OG Switch that I had in this room. And I actually have sat here and played games for a couple hours till the actual Switch OLED died, and it lasts longer than what you would think. I think I sat here and played this for 3 or 4 hours straight till it just said, "Yeah, I'm done." And yeah, I was actually quite surprised and quite satisfied with that. And I haven't really picked it up and played it since because uh, games like Where Winds Meet and Diablo, games that I play aren't on this. And I think they have Skyrim on this for whatever random reason. I have Skyrim on every other device I have. I couldn't get myself to pay for it on the Switch OLED. Now, if they had Cyberpunk on here, I would probably try it. Thinking about getting Spark and Zero for this, even though I think that the FPS on it is not going to be satisfactory, and I think that's an Unreal Engine 5 game, so it might break the system. So we'll have to wait and see. I might do that. That game is $60 or $70, so cross my fingers, get some money, and I'm gonna try it out for you guys, and then tell you how I feel about it. But this is, in my opinion, and I haven't seen anything to say otherwise, the cheapest Switch OLED that you can buy in 2025/2026. And if you built one cheaper than this, let me know where you got your parts, where you did some upgrades. I haven't really upgraded anything on this. I like it the way it is, and how much you paid out the door and how long it took you to get the parts. Now, AliExpress people, if you're gonna get these on AliExpress, know that the wait time might be insane if you buy these parts from overseas. I believe I got this user was in America, so I got these in about 4 or 5 days. Same with the OLED screen; they all came around the same time. Put it together the same day. It was perfect. Uh, I think this came in a jink box, so the box is actually beat up. I think I have it somewhere laying around here still. So that's one thing to worry about. You know, shipping, your stuff can get damaged. Cross your fingers, hope it doesn't. If you end up buying from users overseas, you might have to wait 2 months to get your um Joy Cons or whatever else items you wanted to buy for this. Because I did get a carrying case. It was delayed for 2 months. I didn't see anything from it, so I canceled it and bought the case from Amazon. So that's something you have to be careful of when you're buying something like this from foreign markets or eBay buyers that are out of the country. You might get your stuff caught up in customs, and you might never receive it when you think you're going to. And then by that time, you might not even want the device. You might cancel your whole order, like I did with the carrying case and the other stuff I bought for this. But or you might get lucky and like I did, and get everything in a week and be off playing your games and having all types of fun. You know, it's just don't take my word for it. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure the sellers are in good standing with AliExpress and eBay before you start buying things from them. Don't just take my word for it. I might have been just super lucky. I usually am because I do my due diligence and I research everything I'm buying when I'm doing stuff like this. Make sure you do those same steps. But I started rambling, started yapping. Like I said, the cheapest Switch OLED in the market today. $200, 250 plus a dot. If you can beat that, let me know in the comments. And with that said, this is the first video of the year, the new year, January 1st. I'm probably trying to drop this. Don't know because I tried to drop this video, December 31st, and nothing was recorded on my camera. So that whole footage was lost. And the footage that I did have, the voiceover was lost. So yeah, it's just one of those years I just wanted to get over with. I wasn't about to record everything. 2025 was terrible for me. I just want to get out the way and start fresh with a new year, and that's what I did here. Okay, if you like the videos, like the video. If you want to see what I got planned next for this channel, subscribe. I got a lot of things planned for this, and hopefully we'll get more viewers. With that said, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.